US Ambassador to Somalia, Larry Andre, joins me now from the capital, Mogadishu. Ambassador, thank you for joining us. The United States has pledged a lot of money. The rest of the world doesn't seem to have stepped up.
Well, let me start by complimenting the report. I watched this documentary with my USAID colleague, Catherine Lauer, who has spent 40 years serving populations such as this humanitarian crisis, such as the one that we just witnessed in this terrible report that so well represents the human tragedy that is unfolding right now in Somalia. She and I both agree that what you've shown is an accurate representation of the human tragedy brought on by this unprecedented drought. We see no record of this in Somalia's history, a drought this severe and this long. So please know that the United States and some of Somalia's other international partners have not waited for a famine declaration. Delivery of urgently needed aid has been ongoing for months. With coordination and expertise from United Nations agencies, including the World Food Program. I want to associate myself with the remarks by my friend, by Manke Sanko, and robust response from Somalia's federal and state governments. Delivery of aid is ongoing. You accurately say that we need more response. The American people, mainly through USAID, have funded 70% of the contributions received so far by the UN Humanitarian Response Plan. 70%.
Yeah, indeed. I mean, it's been a lot of money that the United States has pledged, but as I say, the rest of the world doesn't seem to be stepping up. You know, do you think the world's priorities need to be recalibrated? You know, when you look at 20% of the world's aid right now is going to Ukraine, and there are people about to starve to death in the Horn of Africa.
We have appealed to Somalia's other donors to step up, and we see some positive signs in that direction. And to do as we do, to coordinate that aid through the United Nations agencies to make sure that it gets to those in greatest need. As was pointed out in the report, Russia's war against Ukraine has caused a great disruption in the world grain market and has greatly increased the cost of grain to Somalis and greatly decreased the supply. But yes, we appeal to Somalia's other friends to step up with the needed aid to this dire humanitarian emergency, and to coordinate it through the United Nations agencies like we do, so it gets to those in greatest need.
How do you think the early warning system can be made more effective, though? I mean, people have been warning of impending death, of impending famine in the Horn of Africa for months now, yet we're almost there, and it's going to be too late. By the time that's declared, it's too late for the people there.
Yeah, the drought is reaching catastrophic proportions. And with the early warning systems in place, our government started ramping up its response for some months now. And it's not that we've pledged this amount, we are delivering the aid, again, through United Nations agencies and other means to make sure it gets to those in greatest need. So it's more than just a pledge, it's actually happening. We note on the United Nations side an effort underway right now to greatly scale up. So the United Nations has been involved throughout, but now is greatly scaling up its efforts in response to this accelerating human tragedy. We get rainy seasons normally twice a year in Somalia. And each one that we have a very underperforming rainy season, there is the hope that the next one will be a good one, because in the past that has been the pattern. Now we are seeing successive rainy seasons greatly underperform, and that is what is causing this human tragedy.